there's no vibration, it's just nothing, it's just nice popping. Whereas if I put a little bit of... Have you ever heard of focus?
I am focusing.
I was finding it hard to focus.
I can't concentrate. So a little bit.
That's in your face.
In your face. So see how this is just, it still hasn't lost its orange, but it's got this beautiful colour vibration about it.
Yeah.
So if I see anything,
It's a fluidity.
it's just beautiful. But you can also do things in layers, you know, doing the, what's the name, the, you know, like the little bunny rabbits, you know, if I painted the poppy yellow and let it dry and painted yellow, orange on top of that and let it dry. But this to me is the way I always paint with everything. I've got to see three colours in it. You know, I've got to see something else happening to it. And usually those three colours are what is on either side of it, you know, if you want. So, but I also have my favourite brown swatches, which is just something that I've just developed and kept them in my head over the years. And browns mixed with blues are magnificent. Purples mixed with browns are magnificent. But we've got to learn to warm the colours up and cool them down, which is another important thing. So let's go with, this is your main colour here. So for me to make that look as if that's going to go out into the sun, which is really important, it needs to be stirred. That's just your gum Arabic stuff. Watch me get it on my clothes.
Don't get on that.
Yesterday I was doing a painting and I thought, oh yes, I got away all over my paint. I'm just going to put a little bit of yellow, and what you do is you put the yellow halfway through. Now see how I'm now warming that up? And that's very important, because if you're doing buildings or anything, or flowers or anything that is in the sunlight, you've got to warm the colour up a little bit, and it looks as if it's in the sunlight. If you're going to cool it down, simple, you add a cool colour. So here I can see the degree of red matches sort of these, you know, it's not sort of, so if I just put a little bit, this is a, see how that's cooled that down? It's turning that immediately into like a maroon colour. But also, what have I achieved? I found three colours, just by warming and cooling them up. So if I was doing a little girl on the beach with a dress on, the base colour's red, but where the sun's hitting her, I'd warm that up. Where the sun's not hitting, where it's shadow, there's your shadow. And this is what is the most, you know, Charles Reed's work is so incredible because he has warmth and cool in his pictures. So it should be an automatic thing. So if you're doing, for instance, foliage, and we have our base, you know, and you look out and you see the sun, I'll go by this colour here again, see what happens. It's probably going to be quite muddy because it's gold. That's not too bad. So let's say this is your base tree colour that you can see. You know, you look at a tree, okay, I can see that colour. But then as it goes out into the sunlight, we've got to be conscious of warming it up. So I'm just going to warm. Hello, June. Hello, June. See, I'm just adding some, putting some warmer green there. And I could even add more and make it warmer and warmer. You know, so you've got that lovely warmth to it. And then I just need to add more of the blue into here to make it a cool green. Now that tree there now has depth to it. And again, it's got three colours there. So it's you know, giving it the heart.
I remember you showing us even years ago with the terracotta pot.
Yes.
Warming that up one side and cooling it down, and then it gave it
I'll
shape
do that. It's
as
gorgeous.
well.
Yeah, that was a great exercise, that terracotta.
This here, if I put too much yellow in that, it's going to go green. So you watch, I'm hardly doing any. See how that has warmed that up? But it hasn't gone green. Whereas if I put too much yellow, 50-50 in, it will go green. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the cooler colour. But I could also add what's called the complement, the true... That probably is the true complement there. So I've done here the pretty version of warming and cooling something up or down. But that's cooling it up or down. But the shadow can be a little bit different as well. So if you've got a building and you're in one of those countries where they're bright orange and all, you know, like Burano and that, and then around the corner it's gone into an alley, that colour is dark, what you do is you add a little bit of the complement. So you need to know what is opposite. So if it was a red building, oh bugger, I've kept the complement up. Anyway, there it is, there's your complement. See how it's gone dark? Because I had a bit of green on my brush. This is what I would do if it was buildings, whereas if it was a little girl's dress on them. See how that's... There's your shadow of it. Can you see that? So I added a touch. If you add too much of the complement, you're going to get... Well, you change colour, you're going to get mud. You know, so, you know, that's getting a little bit too dark. So here, warming and cooling up. So that's the first thing. And then the using the three colours is actually beautiful as well. And you see me do that with my irises and pan